To survive in the perilous forest, the man was forced to hollow out an ancient tree, perfectly concealing his shelter within it. It is not only spacious and hidden inside, but also blends perfectly with the environment outside. Even if predators pass by late at night, he can establish a safe zone in a second by closing the door. It's Colin again. While taking his dog out for a walk today, a fallen tree blocked his path. Judging by the length, it's at least a dozen meters. The width in the middle is plenty for a man and a dog. Isn't this just perfect? Since he doesn't have a place to stay tonight anyway, so he immediately picked up his shovel and began digging down little by little. He had no choice. The clearance inside was too low. He couldn't even straighten his back when sitting. After Colin roughly dug out the shovel, he could only hide underneath to avoid the rain, while continuing to smooth out the wall corners. By the time the afternoon arrived, the internal space had become very spacious, visually estimated to be at least several square meters. He even carved out stairs during the process, to make it easy for the dog to go up and down. Colin didn't rest after digging. He used the shovel to zone the area. This spot will be for the bed. At this point, the interior was starting to look like a home. The next step was to excavate the fireplace. He chose to place it at the foot of the bed, to prevent carbon monoxide from entering his lungs. After digging it out, he went to the surface, preparing to dig the smoke vent straight through. But the soil below was quite soft. One slip up, and it could collapse. Fortunately, he had his secret weapon. After finishing, Colin went to a nearby clearing and chopped down many wooden sticks. After sharpening the bottoms, he inserted them into the ground to form a mold. It's not hard to see. Colin intends to use them to shape the chimney. Luckily, there was plenty of dry grass nearby, as well as mountain spring water rushing down. Mixed together with clay, it becomes the highest quality natural binder in the wild. Smearing it onto the chimney structure will prevent it from cracking easily when dry. But it lacked concealment this way, so he peeled off some tree bark nearby and stuck it to the clay for camouflage. After his simple embellishment, it looked just like it grew there naturally. Satisfied, he immediately gathered more sticks, laying them flat on the earthen platform as a bed frame and adding support to the side walls. To facilitate building the wall here, after Colin briefly replenished his energy, he went nearby to get sticks again. Simply by carving out notches and binding them with rope, he created a mini ladder, making entering and exiting much easier. As for filling the entrance, he deliberately left a cutout to create a small door, so the dog could also go down easily. He really thought of everything. At this point, the shelter was only missing the roof. Colin gave himself no excuse to slack off. He quickly used a hand auger to drill holes and inserted sticks to serve as As for the main door, he made it very cost-effectively. Just tying sticks together with rope was enough. After all, he's not sleeping on it. He just needs to ensure it seals and hides well. After Colin confirmed the hinge worked fine, he used longer sticks to fill out the roof. Of course, the wall gaps couldn't be ignored. The temperature difference in the forest is huge. If the insulation isn't done right, he'd definitely be shivering all night. Finally, Colin found some larger pieces of tree bark and covered the entire roof as camouflage. Now the shelter looks full of security. Without looking closely, it's hard to tell there's a whole world inside. To celebrate the completion of his new home, he immediately built a bonfire at the entrance. The blazing fire not only deters wild beasts, but the rising smoke also drives away mosquitoes. Then Colin went back inside and seasoned the beef he brought along. After skewering it on sticks, he placed it directly in the fireplace to charcoal roast. The dog worked hard alongside him all day, so naturally there's a share for him too. After they had eaten and drunk their fill, suddenly many beast roars came from the forest. Colin hurriedly took the dog and hid inside. This shelter is strong enough to defend against predators. He can even safely enjoy his food inside. Since his control of the heat was precise, the meat was roasted, tender, and juicy. Colin wanted to lick the plate clean. With the perfect interior layout, even the dog has his own exclusive bed. Colin is very satisfied with his home and plans to stay here for a week.